Hey everyone, I'm really excited to be a scholar for South Dakota Humanities Council. I bring a lot of experience from all over the country. I've been working in Pennsylvania at the Gettysburg Battlefield. I've worked at the Martin Luther King Birth Home in Atlanta, Georgia. I worked at Richmond National Battlefield Park, which is the old Confederate capital. I worked at Los Alamos, where the atomic bomb was created. I did all of that in my early career. I was going through school, got degrees in history and historic preservation, and today I'm the celebrity historian. I've been all over TV on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox across various local markets, coast to coast and across the country. And I also have my own show on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire, where I host people with different perspectives on all kinds of historical issues and current events to some extent, but as history ties to current events without being a political pundit. And what I have for you is a couple of different topics and some books I've written. Well, number one is on controversial historic sites and monuments. Are your local cities' monuments worthy or your historic sites worthy? Take the quiz. And the reason I say it's a quiz is because I ask questions. I don't have a single answer to say this is the way it always is for every site and every monument. First, we have to define what's a historic site versus a monument. Mount Rushmore, right there in South Dakota, to me, is a challenging case study because I'm not so sure, is it a site or a monument? What defines it? In some situations, it's very clear, in other situations, it's not. And then once we determine that, there are these 4 questions that I have based on a case study I did in a book a while back. And those 4 questions provide a blueprint, a guide for us to have a proper discussion instead of just yelling at each other and saying, you're right and I'm wrong. And I think by more richly layering in the different information and the different perspectives into a bigger integrated whole, we can better understand the situation for each local site and monument to have dialogue and have a decision on a case-by-case basis. So I just provide that blueprint. I've done it on TV, I've done it in local speeches, and I'd like to do it for you. The other topic I can talk about is on the U.S. Constitution in history and in memory. Of course, the Constitution is big right now across the country and all that's going on and the discussion on judges and law and courts and all that stuff. Well, the Constitution in memory means how we think about it. Of course, you and I were not around during the Constitution's days, but we have a certain memory of it culturally, collectively. And I think a lot of times that memory is very different than the history. In the old days with the founders, there was actually a lot more debate around the interpretation of the Constitution than we realize. So there isn't one way to see it. And in fact, some founders opposed the Constitution entirely because it was the second form of government in our country, not the first. And so I can get into some of these debates and then compare how we remember it today so that the surprise that it provides us of seeing all these different perspectives from the founding generation maybe allows us more room to have more dialogue, more disagreement, and more opinions that are okay to have because these discussions have been going on for generations. So I come to you to use history to help us better understand each other in the communities, whether it's the sites or the Constitution, locally or looking more nationally. However you'd like to do it, I'm open to customize. As a celebrity historian that's done material across the country, on TV and in person, with all the different diverse background and experience that I bring from the different historic sites that I worked at. So thank you. I look forward to speaking with you.